right, guys, today we're doing substitution again. So same thing we've been doing the last 2 days, except there will not be a variable alone at first. You're going to have to do that yourself. So let me show you an example. So look at example 1 here. Remember in the previous days, one of the variables was alone, but if you look, none of them are yet. So you got to get one variable alone first. And I would suggest scanning the problem and finding the one that does not have a number in front of it. So this one right here. I would pick that y to get alone. All right, so if you guys were to try to get y alone here, you would have to add the 2x over, right? And then we're left with y equals negative 13 plus 2x. Okay, so once you get a variable alone, I would erase or cross off the original problem, and now you can deal with this one and this one. Okay, so now guys, it's just what we did the other day. If y excuse me, is negative 13 plus 2x, then we're going to plug this in for y in the other equation. So I'm going to rewrite this guy. I'm going to rewrite 4x minus 6 times y, but instead of writing y, I'm going to plug in negative 13 plus 2x. And then we have equals 14. So it's the same thing that we've been doing. 4x minus 6y, but in for y, we put this equals 14. And then you guys can go and solve it. So we're going to distribute a negative 6. And then we're at 4x plus, I think that's 78. And then minus 12x equals 14. And then same process, if you add like terms, we're now at negative 8x plus 78 equals 14. And then if we're going to solve, we're going to minus 78 from both sides. And we're at negative 8x equals, I think that's 64, negative 64. And then divide by negative 8, divide by negative 8. So x ends up being 8. And now you have to find y. And I would plug it into the one where the variable was alone. If x is 8, let's plug x in for 8. And y is going to be negative 13 plus 2 times 8. And negative 13 plus 2 times 8, that's negative 13 plus 16, so that's y equals 3. And then final answer as an ordered pair is 8, 3. Okay, I'm going to do one more because I know this is a little tricky. All right, number 2. Scan the problem, try to get one variable alone. So I'm going to pick this x. You always want to find the one that does not have a number attached to it. The reason I wouldn't pick the y is because there's a negative. I like to pick a positive one. Okay, now if you guys want to get x alone, we're going to have to add the 4y to the other side. So then now for x to be alone, x is going to be 2 plus 4y. Does everybody see that? You want to just get x alone, so you have to add the 4y to the other side. And then once you're done, cross all that off. And now we're ready for the substitution. Okay, so x is 2 plus 4y, which means when we rewrite this problem, instead of writing the x, so I'm going to rewrite this problem, but in for the x, I'm going to replace it with 2 plus 4y. Okay, so that's our substitution. And now the rest is easy. Just solve. So distribute. We get 6 plus 12y minus 1y equals negative 16. You got some like terms. 12y minus 1y is 11y. And then you're going to have to minus the 6, minus the 6. We get 11y equals negative 22. And then divide by 11. So y is negative 2. Okay, and then we're going to have to plug it back in to find x. I would suggest using the one where the x was alone. So if y is negative 2, then x is going to be 2 plus 4 times negative 2. And if you type that in the calculator, 2 plus negative 8, x ends up being negative 6. So final answer, x comma y, negative 6 comma negative 2. Okay, so I hope you guys realize it really isn't that much different. It's just you have to get a variable alone first in order to sub it in to the other equation. All right, I'm around for questions. Thanks for watching.